Now on CoastTV News.
31 days of drought. The dry conditions continue on Delmarva, and now an added problem, frost.
Legal fight. Ocean City suing to stop an offshore wind farm. Local businesses and officials weigh in.
On 2 feet or 2 wheels, Georgetown looking to protect pedestrians and cyclists. The changes that could be made to make your streets safer.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Stepping up safety. Georgetown looking to change the way you move through town. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with an ordinance that could change how you walk and drive around Georgetown.
Georgetown's town council has a second reading of that new rule tonight. With traffic picking up, officials say they need a plan in place to keep pedestrians safe. Coast TV News anchor Christina DiRobertis is live in Georgetown. Christina, the Georgetown Circle is one of those busy spots where those new rules would come into play.
Yeah, Maddie, and the Georgetown police chief tells us this ordinance is meant to help everyone that uses the road, so pedestrians, cyclists, and of course drivers. And the ordinance would do a few different things. First, it would make it illegal to walk in the street when there is a sidewalk, and if there's no sidewalk, people would have to walk against oncoming traffic. It says someone cannot approach a car while it's waiting at a stop sign or while the car is still on, and that you can't hang out on medians or curbs for an extended period of time. Now, the police chief says if this is passed, there will be some kind of grace period before any tickets are issued or arrests made.
If this ordinance gets approved, we'll have some flyers that are printed out, and we will make contact with the people that are in violation and just make them aware of the new ordinance, talk about pedestrian safety with them, and then let them know that in the future they could be arrested for the same conduct.
And tonight's council meeting begins at 7 p.m. We'll have an update for you tonight about whether this ordinance is passed tonight on Coast TV News at 11. Live in Georgetown tonight, Christina DiRobertis, Coast TV News.
Staying with pedestrian traffic, heads up people who use the Junction and Breakwater Trail. Happening right now, the trail is closed at Holland Glade Road. This is to complete sidewalk improvements on the road. According to officials, the closure is expected to last 7 to 10 days.
The town of Ocean City is gearing up for a legal battle, hiring a law firm to sue the agencies planning for an offshore wind farm. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us what the next steps are.
The Ocean City beaches are one of the main reasons people vacation here during the summertime. And this is Claire Milani's 25th consecutive year coming down.
The ambience, the ocean, the restaurants.
Just the beach,
and
yeah.
The
beach.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But if U.S. Wind's plans go through, 114 wind turbines will be about 11 miles of the coast, something Ocean City Mayor Rick Meehan is suing to stop.
This has been something we've been involved with for 7 years. We feel that it threatens our ecosystem, our economy, our property values, and our future.
Fenwick Island, commissioners of Worcester County, and local businesses in town have all signed on as co-plaintiffs for the lawsuit against U.S. Wind. But not everyone is against the new energy. Milani and others believe there could be some good that comes from the turbines.
I think it's better for the environment, and I think it's better for the economy. I can imagine people would be a little bit put off about the aesthetics, but I think the overall benefit would outweigh the negative.
Ocean City Mayor Rick Meehan says that the town is paying in full for the lawsuit and says this is the right move for the future of Ocean City. I'm Kevin Zapay in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Town of Ocean City says it is still waiting for a court date. We reached out to both U.S. Wind and the Bureau of Ocean and Energy Management, and they declined to comment, citing that lawsuit.
But if you want to comment, let's go to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, do you support offshore wind on Delmarva?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. 59% say oppose completely, 34% say strongly support. 6% say neutral, and now only 1% say somewhat support. So what we're seeing is those median sort of opinions wane and the extreme
Those are
grow.
getting squeezed out there.
Right.
The other two getting most of the votes. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. You can also leave a comment at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. And we are going to show updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
Turning to Lewis now, pipe plans are in motion. The city's newest water main is under construction after months of preparation. Here are some crews fusing together new pipe. This comes 2 months after an older pipe failed in August, causing a water emergency. Public Works officials say the expedited project will provide full coverage to the beach side of the town and also help aging infrastructure.
This pipe, the 16-inch, will be able to completely feed the beach side. Once it's in, we will go back and repair one of the lines crossing at the drawbridge so that we have a backup.
Public Works officials say they hope the new line will be functional by the end of the year, and if so, customers can expect full restoration around February of next year.
Dry weather and now frosty conditions are packing a double punch on our farmers. This irrigation system is what farmers are relying on to keep their crops alive. The increased irrigation usage is upping cost, resources, hours of labor for local farmers. And now on top of that, the drought, the frost is also an added obstacle for some produce.
It's kind of like dew in the morning, so you get a little bit of moisture, a little bit of wet, but with strawberries specifically, we have to start putting our frost covers over a little bit earlier than we were expecting. Normally, we want to do that around Thanksgiving.
Farmers tell us as the dry weather continues, the mortality rate grows for strawberries, peaches, and other produce. Now let's go ahead and take a live look outside. This is the Ocean City area. Beautiful shot there, but we need to check with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams, because even though it's beautiful, Paul, it's still dry.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the flip side of all this wonderful recreational sunshine is the lack of moisture causing some problems. And we're going to feel that on the wallet eventually when all of those, all that produce is in short supply and great demand. Our Hershey's exterior camera in Ocean City at 58 degrees. We're going to drop down to 51 with mainly clear skies. Today, we had a low of 30 degrees in Georgetown and in Salisbury. So, yeah, we added the frost on top of the dry weather. And speaking of the dry weather, we are in the midst of a severe situation for us throughout our immediate area. And the reason why, we're 31 days straight of no measurable precipitation at our official airport location in Georgetown and really any surrounding areas. The record of 34 looks like we're going to clip that, Maddie, on Halloween.
And please tune in to Coast TV News all week for our preview week coverage. We have exclusive candidate interviews focusing on the races that impact us here on Delmarva. Our decision preview week continues actually right now. One of the open seat elections in Delaware is that for U.S. Senate. As Coast TV News anchor Matt Pensick shows us, this race has a candidate who has served multiple terms in Congress, a former state senator, and somebody with no political experience at all.
There will be a new senator from Delaware when the 119th session of Congress convenes in Washington in early January 2025.
Let's win this election.
Democratic candidate and Delaware's current member of the House of Representatives, Lisa Blunt Rochester, is drawing on her nearly 30 years of political experience to make that claim.
I think people should vote for me because I've got their back.
Republican challenger Eric Hansen's resume cites his time in big business. He's making his first run at political office.
I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman and a proud political outsider.
And attempting to gain a foothold in this race, Dr. Mike Katz, a former Democratic state senator from the Hockessin and Greenville areas of northwest Delaware. He is running as an independent.
I'm very concerned about the direction of the country, the division, and the divisiveness.
While the person that will be sworn in will be new, barring one of the largest upsets in recent American political history, the policies of that senator will likely mirror the progressive ones belonging to the retiring Tom Carper.
When we don't pay our fair share, that's why even a fair tax system is so important. And that's one of the challenges. We can't go back.
Going back to when President Donald Trump's economic policies is exactly where her Republican challenger wants to go.
Inflation is still hurting folks, and it's still much more expensive to live than it was 5 years ago. We have to fix that. We have to get back to where we were.
I go up and down the state, and the one thing people say to me is, "Where is Lisa?" She's been ineffective in Congress for 8 years, and she runs her campaign like that.
Blunt Rochester has made a number of appearances in October throughout the state, including this one in Ocean View.
Sussex County for me has been a part of my life for a long time, going all the way back to when I worked for then Governor Carper. And I remember coming to meet in different communities and talking about things like clean drinking water or job opportunities.
Hansen, by his own admission, has scheduled most of his appearances in the final month in Newcastle County, where he hopes to flip some Democratic voters into his column.
And we are just getting started this evening.
Officials declare Breast Cancer Awareness Month the goal of this proclamation here in Delaware.
As you take a look at just how dry we've been, we're now tied for number 2 for the driest stretch of weather. And this drought pattern, well, looks like the rain models are still looking bone dry for all of Delmarva.
First, Milford City Council debates the sale and use of marijuana in town. What is happening right now? We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Shop Johnny Janasik's Veterans Day mattress sale and find incredible store-wide savings. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase of $19.99 or more through Veterans Day Monday at Johnny Janasik's Mattress World.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
Shop Johnny Janasik's Veterans Day mattress sale and find incredible store-wide savings. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase of $19.99 or more through Veterans Day Monday at Johnny Janasik's Mattress World.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Milford is tackling how it handles marijuana tonight.
Right now, Milford is considering whether or not they want to allow places to sell pot recreationally and what requirements would be if they give the green light. Now, one local who works in Milford says people should do what they want, but with the right rules and regulations.
I think if it's a permit system of some sort, I think that'd be a good idea, and it might be a little bit of a boon for the economy in downtown, and that's basically what needs to be done.
We'll show you what Milford decides tonight on Coast TV News at 11.
Taking a look at what's happening with our precipitation outlook, we're still staying bone dry whether you're golfing or not. Yeah, it's going to be dry out there on the course. Your full forecast coming up.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
The savings start early during the pre-Veterans Day sale at Johnny Janasik. Get 0% APR financing for 3 years or take an extra 15% off for cash. Shop the pre-Veterans Day sale going on now at Johnny Janasik.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
My dad, Mike Ramone, is a different kind of public servant. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, right. But I know from my own experience how much he cares about everyone. He's a great father and grandfather. You can see how much their futures matter to him. And he has the same passion for your kids' future. He's focused on fixing our schools and getting teachers and students the resources they need. What I can promise is he'll be a great governor for all of Delaware.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort toy drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Welcome to the brand new Bath by Spicer Brothers showroom. Experience the future of bathroom remodeling. Bath by Spicer Brothers is Delmarva's exclusive BCI Elite dealer, offering more selections, styles, and colors, including options like the laser etch tile pattern system. Made in the USA, built for beauty and performance, our baths are durable, mold resistant, and guaranteed for life.
With no money down, no interest, and no payments until 2026, you have no reason to wait.
Call Bath by Spicer Brothers today because you deserve the best.
Shop Johnny Janasic's Veterans Day mattress sale and find incredible store-wide savings. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase of $19.99 or more through Veterans Day Monday at Johnny Janasic's Mattress World.
Prince George's County politician Angela Alsobrooks may live near D.C., but she'd bring tons of baggage. Nearly 2 decades of illegal tax breaks, $59,000 in back taxes, and thousands in unpaid bills. A sweetheart tax deal, typical politician. Slumlord Alsobrooks? Records show she was caught operating an illegal rental property. With so much baggage, how can we trust Alsobrooks to represent us? Maryland's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
This morning we started off possibly flirting with a record low, just 3 degrees away from that, but still the big story continues to be the lack of precipitation that we've had in our area. Our Boardwalk Plaza camera in Rehoboth, we're at 57 degrees. The winds out of the southeast at 6 miles per hour will dip to 51 with mostly clear skies for tonight. Here's a look at just how chilly it was. Well, cold. We'll call this bona fide cold. You know why? Because we hit freezing in Ocean City, and we were 2 degrees below freezing, both in Salisbury as well as Georgetown. Now, we have a stationary boundary that's actually well to our north, and so we're not seeing much in the way of activity mixing up of air masses right now with the general flow coming out of the southeast. Temperatures right now are hovering in the 50s, 53 degrees, for example, in Milton along 57 in Rehoboth Beach. But the drought monitor has stayed consistent. In fact, it's expanded, what you see right here where it says severe drought. Now it's covering most of Sussex, but now right into Kent, and now leaning all the way up towards Newcastle for right now, and covering a good portion of the entire Delmarva Peninsula. 31 days. That's how long it's been. 31 days since we've had measurable precipitation in our neck of the woods, and the record is 34, and to be quite honest, we're going to blow right by that. Look at the bone dry pattern that we have for the next 5 days in a row. So we're looking at least 5 more days where a 22% chance of rain is pretty close to nothing, not happening, not likely, from a more practical standpoint. And when you take a look at the numbers we have for the month, we're 3.61 inches shy of our rainfall total for the month because we haven't had any rain for the entire month. And that's how we've been rolling, so to speak. Now, tomorrow morning is not going to match any record lows, get close to that, but we are going to still feel like the low 40s. So we have another frosty morning in store before we start really seeing the temperatures just do a total about face here. Tuesday we're looking at 70s, but take a look at Wednesday. We're starting off in the 50s, and we end up at 77, near 80 degrees for Wednesday, and we're going to be warmer than that going into Thursday for Halloween. 80 degrees, actually, on Halloween. And when you take a look at that 80 for Halloween, that's like the second highest temperature we've ever recorded on Halloween. It's frighteningly warm, We had 81 about 3 times, 80 once, and we're likely to have 80 or maybe warmer than that this upcoming Thursday. So we go from crazy cold to crazy warm, and that warming trend for the next 8 to 14 days outlook, we're going to continue to stay warmer than usual. Folks, if you hadn't thought about it, climate change is real, okay? 40 degrees for tonight, 71 for tomorrow, 78 for Wednesday. A summer-like feeling kicks on Wednesday and for Thursday. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling extended forecast.
Thank you, Paul. In health news, in case you didn't know, October is officially Breast Cancer Awareness Month right here in Delaware. The Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition was recognized recently for its work with other local health organizations to provide people with breast cancer screenings and treatment services in the state. According to the coalition, it's estimated that there will be at least 313,000 new cases of breast cancer diagnosed in the United States just this year, and over 1,100 of those will be in Delaware alone.
Tomorrow, DENREC is hosting a community session to get your input on updating Delaware's climate action plan. That's the state's framework for addressing issues they say are related to climate change, specifically in Delaware. Now, this info session is at the Cheer Community Center in Georgetown from 4 to 7. You'll be able to share ideas, learn about current actions, and also ask state experts your questions.
We all had so much fun at the Sea Witch Festival, and it turns out so did a lot of other people. In fact, more than last year. The Chamber of Commerce is awaiting final attendance numbers for this weekend's Sea Witch Festival. But early indications suggest that the numbers have surpassed last year's total. Last year, the festival drew 60,000 attendees Friday, 100,000 Saturday, 40,000 on Sunday. And if I'm doing my math right, that's 200,000 overall.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Today, Milford Field Hockey hoping to cap off their regular season with an 11-4 record as they travel to Sussex Central. First quarter, Milford with the penalty corner. Molly Matson insert to Isabel Betts at the top of the circle. She drills it to the left corner of the backboard. To the second quarter, another offensive penalty corner for Milford. It ends up with Zimmerman, her initial drive blocked by the Golden Knight defender, but her reverse shot to the right corner puts the Buccaneers ahead by 3. Then same quarter, Milford earns another corner opportunity. It goes back to the inserter, Matson, who pushes it inside the opposite post. Another tally for the Buccaneers. But in the third quarter, 5-0 Milford now until Sussex Central crosses it inside the circle. It ends up on the stick of Morgan West, who slaps it home. Golden Knights on the board. But Milford goes on to win 6-1, ending their regular season with an 11-4 record. And there's championship action on the volleyball courts happening now on DSN. Queen Anne's County facing Parkside in the Bayside Championship. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Spanning 2,600 feet over the Indian River Inlet, the Charles W. Cullen Bridge connects northern and Sussex County and has kind of become a tourist attraction in itself. This is the 5th bridge to span the inlet. The first built in 1934, but it and all that followed were victims of Mother Nature's harsh conditions, with tidal currents and ice flows rushing here in the water. But now in the summer, the bridge does what it was also designed to do: transport Delawareans and tourists along the coast seamlessly. It lights up at night and even has hosted eclipse watch parties. Named after the past chairman of the Delaware State Highway Commission, the Charles W. Cullen Bridge, or sometimes just called the Bridge by Sussex Countyans, this structure brings much-needed transportation and a view that can't be beat for everyone.
Tommy K. Morse was recently nominated as one of the top 5 female roofing professionals in the U.S. and Canada, and Morse Roofing and Siding was voted as the best roofing company in Sussex County for the last 5 years in a row.
Thank you, Sussex County.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Serving Sussex County, there's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morse.
Over 14,000 people per day are affected by water damage in their home or business. Even a small leak from a water heater, washer, refrigerator line, or even HVAC drain can cause lasting damage. Response time is critical. Paul Davis has a team of certified experts on call 24/7 to stop the water, mitigate damage, and work directly with your insurance to quickly restore your home or business. If you see peeling paint, stains, mold, or smell a musty odor, call Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
Window World at Delmarva, quality and price that can't be beat. Get a 10-window package for only $121.81 per month.
No matter the size of the project, you can trust Window World of Delmarva to get it done right.
Remember, first to call, first to install.
Coming out of COVID, the cost of everything has gone up. I am an independent. Larry Hogan, being a Republican in a Democratic state, he represents Democrats, he represents Republicans, he represents the people of Maryland. He has a common sense ideology. He wants to cut back on the taxes, cut back on the bridge tolls. Those are what's affecting us on a daily basis. He wants to see the people of Maryland successful and financially secure.
Stand with Governor Hogan. Join our team by donating today.
I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message.
Tired of paying too much for a pumpkin spice latte that can't even get your name right?
Dan Drew?
At Pohanka Hyundai's Pumpkin Spice Sales Event, drive off in a new Hyundai for just a penny down. We'll even throw in a $10 coffee gift card when you test drive. Experience the 2024 Elantra Hybrid, Tucson SE, or Ioniq 5 with as low as 0% APR financing for up to 60 months. Our vehicles all come with Hyundai Assurance, America's best warranty. Spice up your fall season at Pohanka Hyundai of Salisbury.
For professionalism, craftsmanship, and quality products at the best price, choose Window World.
If you need a new roof or windows or siding, just give them a call. I was very pleased and would recommend them to everyone.
Call Window World today.
Feel the magic of the season as you wander your way through an immersive winter wonderland at Ocean City, Maryland's Winterfest of Lights. Let imagination flourish at Northside Park with thousands of twinkling lights and larger-than-life animated Christmas scenes. Sip hot chocolate, snap a photo with Santa, and enjoy the array of holiday exhibits under the illuminating holiday lights. Find your magic at Winterfest of Lights, an Ocean City, Maryland family tradition. Open November 21st through December 31st. Get tickets at OCOcean.com or Northside Park.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Expect roller coaster temps for the next 10 days, up to 80 for us on Halloween, down to 60s and 40s over the weekend, and back up to 77 on Election Day.
Okay, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.